So we're going to go into the programming part of GUI. So just a forewarning, there are a lot of rules that we've learned that will be broken. Mainly because the way that we've learned programming is very... we start off in a very linear fashion, such that it's easy for you to understand the concepts. And then once we get into GUI, once we get into grade 12, it's a lot more about the organization rather than the logic. Because in grade 12, the idea is you have the understanding of logic, and then we organize this data in a key thing. Organize the data in an appropriate way, and the instructions in an appropriate way. Methods are key to organization. There are a lot of methods. You will need to use a lot of them. Something to keep in mind if understanding is not quite as strong, the variable scope where we can use a variable still applies. It exists within the brackets it is created in, but how we access it might be slightly different. So again, remembering what we said about creating a variable inside a condition or creating a variable inside a loop, it still applies. If we declare a variable inside a condition, inside a conditional, it gets destroyed once we leave that set of brackets. Similarly, we are going to see variables created not in a method, but just know that it exists because we're creating it inside the class. We'll get more into that. I don't remember everything. So this is coming from me. I'm your teacher. I'm supposed to know everything. I don't remember everything. So translator's note, I don't remember anything. Absolutely honest. It's all about being able to read, learn, and modify as per your need. A lot of the stuff that I teach for GUI, basically, or even if you look at the past 2 assignments or past 2 GUI things, so like the square game or the graphing assignment, what did I do? I borrowed someone else's code. Some of the stuff I don't really know what's happening, but for the key things, I figured out how to make it such that it would do what I wanted it to do. So for example, how make it such that it would draw a graph. I had to figure that out. I had to go through YouTube, I had to go through Google, and I modified it such that it was an appropriate-ish assignment for you guys. That's because I don't do GUI for a living. If I did GUI for a living, then yeah, probably I'd want to remember it. And this is also why this is a challenge for you, because this is this is why I'm giving you this as a learning experience, because the beauty of having the internet is we don't need to remember everything, but we want to be able to have the skills and ability to, when we don't understand something, to adapt, to fiddle around with things until it works. And when we are at that point where we're at a job level, being able to be a computer scientist in the business world, that kind of thing, not needing a teacher to kind of tell you the answer, to be kind of to on your own strength, on your own knowledge, not strength, on your own knowledge, and on the knowledge of others on the internet, to be able to find a solution to your problem. Because yeah, you're not going to know everything, no one's going to know everything, but there are people with lots of expertise in various different fields, and you kind of want to build on their knowledge and adapt their knowledge. If I were to build a GUI, I would probably use a window builder. There are plenty of YouTube tutorials for that, but understanding the basic concepts allows us to flexibly adapt these things to our own needs. So you can use a window builder. I have nothing against it, but understanding how these components and layouts and containers and frames and all that stuff, how they work, they allow us to make our things, our GUI, to be more useful for us, or the way that we want